All right. It looks like we are live. We're so excited to have our teen author panel here tonight. Teen authors, everybody wave. All right. Thanks. Thank you all for coming to watch them. Let me switch over. Sorry. I'm excited for these teens to introduce themselves, and we're going to talk a little bit about the editing process for the teen anthology, and you'll get to know some of them better. So before we start, I want to ask how many of you saw the announcement today about who our forward is by? Who's excited about that? Me too. Yay, I'm glad you're excited. He's amazing. And I think it's so fun that he also wrote his book around your age. So I think that'll be really fun. So we'll hear more from him later on. And he already wrote the foreword and it's incredible. You'll be really happy with it. And I'm excited that you guys get to be in the same book as him. You can tell everybody now you're published with a New York Times bestseller. So you can put that on your resume. So I wanted to just briefly talk about why we do what we do, besides the fact that you guys are great writers and it's a lot of fun to have you involved in this project. But we work closely with Teen Author Bootcamp. How many of you have been to Teen Author Bootcamp? Most of you? Okay. So it's a great conference specifically for teen writers, and the anthology and poetry collection are kind of the practical application of that. And so this is a chance for writers to go through the query process and go through the editing process. And it's very competitive. You guys are the best of the best. And so you should feel really proud of getting into the anthology. And so hopefully it was a little bit scary and a little bit hard, but not too bad. So that's kind of what the publishing process will look like. And Hannah was your editor, and I know that she loves working with you guys, and I'll let her say a few words.
It's fun seeing everyone's faces because we just, email. So hi everyone. I love getting like bombarded by all of your queries for a month, and then it's like a surprise what's gonna come in the inbox. I never know what's gonna be in there. But every year it's like more and more exciting, and you guys send me. I'm like, next year's not going to be as good as this year, and then it always is. So you guys keep sending us creative, new, juicy, wonderful tidbits, and I love it. But I can tell anybody that has sent me stuff in the past, you guys are improving, you're getting better, you're awesome. I love it. You guys are great. I don't know. I'm excited. I'm excited to see you guys in print again, like I always am. You're like my little book babies, all lined up in a row. So I'm excited to see you guys in print this year.
Awesome. Great work. She always says good things about you, and I hope it was a good experience for you as well. Okay, we're going to start with Olivia, and I'm going to ask the question, and we're going to just go through the lineup. And so everybody gets a chance to speak. And the first question is tell us your name, a little bit about yourself, and how long you've been writing.
Okay, well, my name is Olivia Parker. Let's see, about myself. The obvious is so but can you repeat like the last question? Is my something?
I'm sorry, I can't hear you. You're breaking up a little bit.
Okay, one sec.
Oh, that was better.
Is that?
Yeah, I think that's better.
Sorry, I don't know better. I'm sorry. It's Zoom does not like people together.
Yeah, sorry. Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry, Olivia.
I'm so sorry.
Don't be sorry.
Okay, no, you're all good. I'm sorry. Technology is annoying. Let's see. So my name's Olivia Parker. I feel like it's kind of obvious to say that I'm a writer, but honestly, that's kind of like my entire life is just writing. I got into writing in the sixth grade when we had to read. I think most people did this in sixth grade was when they had to read like Percy Jackson and do like the hero's journey. I ended up writing the longest short story in the entire class. She couldn't even finish it, so she was like, "You get an A, congrats." So I've been doing writing ever since then, and it is my favorite thing to do. It is my life. I absolutely love it.
Awesome. And this is your third year in the anthology, Olivia? Is this your second or third year? Okay.
Yes, it is my third.
Awesome.
It should be my third, I think.
Okay. Well, it's fun to see you again. Thanks for coming. Okay, Audrey.
Hello, everyone. My name is Audrey Maurer. I also obviously love writing. I'm also into anything artistic. I love drawing, reading, singing, you name it. I believe I started writing officially in fifth grade. I also had a fun school assignment. We were doing twisted fairy tales, and I've just kind of stuck with it ever since.
Awesome. Thank you. Very cool. And Audrey is in Kentucky, which is exciting. Danny. Am I saying that right, first of all?
Yeah, you
Okay.
actually are. A lot of people don't, so thank you. Yeah, I'm Danny Reynolds. I really like writing. I also like sports and just hanging out with people. And I think we also did a fractured fairy tale assignment in sixth grade, but I've kind of just always liked writing, just whatever it is.
Myself. Ellie.
Okay. I'm Ellie Wilson. I also obviously really like reading, and I am also writing, and I'm really into musical theater as well. And I've been writing probably since elementary school with some not very good stories, but um, and this is my second year in the anthology.
Awesome. Welcome back. We're glad to have you. Emma. It's a little bit broken up.
Okay.
Oh, that was better. Sorry, internet is always fun and unpredictable. Is she frozen for everyone else? Okay. Are you there, Emma? Okay, you're frozen. We'll come back to you, okay? Let's go to Eve.
Okay. Hi, I'm Eve Parker, and I really enjoy writing too. And I like reading and musical theater and basically anything artistic. And I also like archery, and I just am involved in a lot of different things. And I think the first time I tried writing was in first grade. It was not very good. But then since like third grade ish onward, I've been getting better and better at it, and it's just basically my whole life. So
Awesome. Very good. By raise of hand, how many of you are into theater? That's always so funny to me how many writers are also theater people. Good for you. That's awesome. You're all engrossed in the story world in different mediums. Awesome. Okay, next we have Jamie Lee.
All right. Hello. I'm Jamie Lee Womack. I've been writing since I was 5 or 6. My mom and I actually found my very first draft going through boxes this week. It was a disaster, but I love it so much. I like to write and read and knit and science in my free time.
Awesome. Very cool. Well, thank you for coming, Jamie. Emma, you want to try again? I love Emma. I'm sad we can't hear her. Okay, it says it's connecting, so we'll give it 1 second. Do you want to try again, Emma?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Sorry. Yes?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm Emma Nash. I think in addition to writing, I also like aviation and math. Um, and I wrote my first story in second grade, my first novel in middle school. So.
Wow. Wow. And how many times have you been in the anthology, Emma?
Four. This is four.
4. Yay. How many of you have written a full novel already? A lot of you. Wow, that's impressive. Who's going to be the next Christopher Paolini? I like the confidence. Good job. Okay, so we've done Eve and Jamie Lee. Let's go to Jonah and then we'll go to Haley.
All right. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yep.
All right, perfect. My name is Jonah M. Sterling. This is my first year getting published in the anthology, which I'm really excited about. I've been writing pretty much as long as I can remember. When I was really little, I think about 4 years old or 3 years old, my parents gave me this journal for Christmas, and I couldn't even write at the time. What I would do is I would like dictate stories to my parents, and they would transcribe them, which was it was so much fun. The stories were about what you would expect from a 4-year-old. In my case, it was what you'd probably describe as VeggieTales fan fiction. But it was still it was really formative to me. And going through elementary school, started a project that was very derivative, but it was still a lot of fun. And then working up through different projects to where I am now has been an absolute joy.
Awesome. Good job. Nobody has ever claimed VeggieTales fan fiction before, so you should own that. Very cool. Thank you. Nice to meet you, Jonah. All right, Haley, do you feel caught up yet? Okay.
So, can you hear me?
Yep.
So I'm Haley Miller. I've been writing for a while. I know I've been writing since I was in about kindergarten, but I didn't actually like it until I was about 8. Um, I've been I really I do a lot of different things, but I really especially like theater. Um, and I'm not sure sports is the right word, but kind of physical things like that. I used to do taekwondo. I do dance currently. Those are fun.
Awesome.
And yeah, and this is my first year in the anthology.
Well, welcome. We're glad to have you. All right, Kendra.
Hi, I'm Kendra Bradford. This is my 3rd year being featured in the anthology, and then I've also recently just been featured in the adult anthology. Currently, I'm majoring in English at BYU Idaho, so I'm getting ready to go into my 2nd semester there. And besides writing, I enjoy reading, playing pickleball, and singing, just things like that.
Awesome. You guys are all well-rounded. Awesome. Thank you. London.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I'm London Jones. I don't know how long I've been writing, but I did my first picture book at like 8 with all the typos and everything. But I ride horses and train my dogs, and this is my first year in the anthology.
Awesome. Welcome. Is there a fun story behind your name?
My dad's a Beatles fan, but
Ah, that is a good story. All right, May.
Hi, I'm May. What am I supposed to say? I've been writing for probably 7 years now.
Awesome.
This is my first year being in the anthology. And is that all I'm supposed to be saying? I think so.
Just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Oh, I like cats. I have a cat and a guinea pig. And I like music.
Awesome. Very cool. Well, nice to meet you, May. Rachel.
Hi, I'm Rachel. I love to write, I love to read. I'm a competitive mountain biker. I do a little of everything. Um, I've been writing since forever and a day. And this is my first year in the anthology.
Awesome. Welcome. And then our last one that I'm going to let you pronounce it because I will butcher it.
Hello, I am S. Crestwood. I started writing in about like first grade-ish. They actually got me doing like PTA reflections. They didn't tell me what we were doing. They just said, write a story. And I was like, okay. So I wrote a story. And then I got into like first place until like state level-ish. I was so confused. This is my second year in the anthology. I enjoy writing, drawing, painting, novel editing, and video editing. And I'm actually planning on going into editing and publishing at BYU, Idaho. So I'll join you, Kendra.
Yay. We approve of that major. Awesome. Well, it's so nice to meet all of you and to put a face with the name. Okay, the next thing I want to ask, and we're going to start in a different place. I'm going to go in a random order to keep you on your toes. What is a one sentence pitch for the story, for your story in the anthology? Jonah.
All right. A pair of wizard cowboy siblings have to steal an enchanted watch that controls a ghost train.
Oh, that's amazing. Great pitch. Who wants a full novel on that one? I think that would be fun. All right, Ellie.
Hopefully you're getting three.
What's that?
Oh, well, I said hopefully you're getting three. That I have a 7 years later sort of thing that I'm working on right now. We'll see how it goes.
Nice. That's awesome. Good job. All right. Did I miss anyone on the first question? I thought I got everyone, but it kind of shifts around. So, Ellie.
Negative feelings are personified into monsters and try to take each other over.
Nice. That's awesome. Danny.
Okay, there's a girl that lives in this seaside village and she's the only one that has magic, but no one knows why, so she's like the main source of income for the town.
Very cool. Love it. Olivia.
Getting a new job can be very scary, especially when you are teaching students magic, and especially when those students seem to be disappearing one by one. So,
Awesome. That sounds awesome. Hannah has read all of these many times. I don't read them until they're in the book because I like to go through them when I format them. Anyway, so I'm excited to read all of these. London.
A workaholic wakes up with powers he doesn't want and don't work quite right.
Awesome. Very cool. Emma.
A brother is tormented by his sister during a lunar eclipse.
Oh, Very cool. See a werewolf? Or no, the opposite of a werewolf, whatever you turn into when there's no moon. I'll be quiet. Haley.
My main character finds a boy washed up on the beach who has a sea monster after him.
Ooh, awesome. May.
A teenage girl finds a statue in the woods and brings it to life.
Very cool. You guys are so creative. London. Did we do you already? I'm still thinking about the Beatles. Okay, Rachel.
A boy discovers unnatural beauty in a world of darkness.
Ooh, intriguing. Eve, did we do you? Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so there's a girl who loves to write, and she's bored on a winter day, and she finds an enchanted forest with fairies.
Awesome. This is so fun. Jamie Lee.
After living through the bad end of a fairy tale, Gretel goes on to make sure nobody else will.
Ah, I love that. S. Crestwood.
All right, I brought it up. Magic users, called magic ones, have been forced into hiding under threat of death. But when dark magic users rise from deep underground, it may just be time for magic ones to revolt.
Ooh, very cool. Kendra, did you share yours? Okay, sorry. It is easier kind of going in order.
A lonely banshee's journey to find friendship while other of her kind are mysteriously disappearing.
Oh, very cool. Okay. Audrey, did you already do yours? Okay, sorry.
You're good. A young girl grows into a woman in a old schoolhouse turned home full of history and magic.
I love this. This is such a fun theme. I'm so excited to see how it all comes together. Did I miss anyone? Yay. Okay, I'm gonna maybe kind of go in order next time because that was hard. I'm just kidding. Okay. Let's see. The next one is, what is the best piece of writing advice you've ever received? Olivia.
That I've received from someone else? Is that what you said?
Yeah, just the best writing advice you've ever heard or that works best for you.
Okay. That works. I'm gonna go with what works best for me. This is what I always tell everybody that always asks me about, like, how do I get into writing? How do I do it well? And my motto that I have like plastered on everything I've ever done is just make them feel something, right? You don't have to make your you don't have to make your readers satisfied. But if they are feeling emotions, good or bad, you know that you've done your job right.
Awesome. That is great advice. Very cool. Audrey.
This is such a great question. The best piece of advice I received when I was beginning was not to give up. Writing can be very difficult, and I'm sure everyone here has experienced that. There is writer's block. There is just parts of a story that won't work. And so I really appreciate that piece of advice and keep it in the back of my mind. It's like, hey, just keep working through it. You've got this.
Awesome. Very awesome. Danny.
I can't remember where I heard it, but my favorite was write the kind of story that you want to read.
That's a good one. Yes. Ellie.
Probably if you ever have writer's block or are stuck, make something crazy happen, like put your characters in a situation that they are forced to get out of. It has gotten me out of writer's block several times.
Good. That's great advice. Excellent. Emma.
Probably the best piece of advice I've gotten is just to have fun with it.
Awesome. Very good. It's important, isn't it? Because if it's not fun, what's the point? Eve.
So, what works best for me is to just keep up momentum and have a deadline and a goal, because when I first started, I would always get halfway through a story and then stop. But if I tell myself that I need to keep up momentum and not worry about editing while I'm going and do it later, then I'll finish faster and I'll be more likely to do a good job.
Excellent. That's great advice. Haley.
I kind of have two that are very related.
Okay.
Okay. The first one was from my mom. She will tell me all the time, you can't edit a blank page.
Awesome.
And the other one I found from Allison Anderson is the first draft is to make it exist, the second is to make it functional, and the third is to make it effective.
Oh, I love that. That's great. Awesome. Jamie Lee.
All right, mine is you rewrite everything word for word. Well, not word for word, but like one sentence at a time. Rewrite everything. It turns out a lot better the second time around.
Excellent. Yeah, people get caught in being, they just want to be done, right? So it's hard to want to go back and fix it, but it's always better afterward. Good job. Jonah.
I think this is going to echo some things that have kind of been said before. But the best piece of writing advice I ever got was, if you don't enjoy writing it, people aren't going to enjoy reading it.
That's awesome. Very good advice. Kendra.
I think the most effective piece of advice that I've gotten recently is from Jeff Wheeler. And he said that your brain is a muscle. So the more that you write and you train your brain to write, the easier it'll become.
Awesome. That's excellent advice too. You guys are so smart. London.
Mine is similar, but just like write consistently, like try to write daily, even if it's for a short period of time, because it's hard to like stop for a while and then try to jump back in.
Yeah, good. Excellent. May.
I don't remember who said it. I think it was at TABC last year, but someone said it's okay if the idea isn't completely original as long as like what you write is, you're not just borrowing something else. Like you can use ideas from other people.
Awesome. Very good. That takes a lot of pressure off, doesn't it? Rachel.
Okay, kind of the one that you always hear every single time, but write what you know. But then I like the take where it's like what you know can be different, because for me, what I know is fantasy worlds and swords and torture and blood and death, and it's great. Um, but so if what you know is that, then write that. Just yeah, I like.
Oh, it's dark, but very profound. Okay, S. Crestwood.
All right, this one I have been using quite a bit lately. If an idea is not working, save it somewhere else. It could be useful later for something else. I made an entire book based off of random ideas that I saved on Pinterest.
Awesome. That's great. You should teach a course on that. Great answers. Okay, this time we're going to start at the bottom and go up. This question is, what is the best character of all time from either a book or a movie or a video game? What is the best character of all time and why? S, we're going to start with you.
You may have to come back to me. I have a lot of characters to sift through.
Okay, Rachel.
Oh my goodness, I have so many. But probably top of my list is Quoth from Name of the Wind.
Okay, why?
I think part of it is because the book is written so beautifully, that his character just kind of pops out at me, and it's like someone who I feel like I could actually talk to, and then I don't know, I want him to exist. I want to marry him.
It's a good answer. I hope that works out for you. May.
Can I use my own characters? Because if not, I have a lot more thinking to do.
Sure, you can use your own. Just tell us what's so great about them.
Okay. I think you might still have to come back to me.
Okay. Okay, let's go out of order on this one. Who's ready to go? Who has their favorite character in mind? Okay, Audrey.
This was such a hard question, but the first one that came to mind was Shalon from Stormlight Archives. She is just such a well-rounded character, so many layers, and I just love all the different rough edges and different sides, and it just shows it's such a real person. I could see her walking down the street, and I just love that.
That's a great answer. Awesome. Anyone else? Kendra.
Okay, I kind of have two just off of the top of my mind. Um, I really like, I love the Hunger Games. That's like my favorite series of all time. So I really like Haymitch Abernathy, just because there's a lot of layers in there. And then another one that might not be as well known to this generation is Sidney Carton from A Tale of Two Cities. Just because he goes through a really crazy character arc, and it's really interesting to try and think of what's going inside of his brain. Um, and I'm not going to spoil anything for the end for those who don't know the story of A Tale of Two Cities, but he really does make some pretty crazy sacrifices, and it's really interesting to think what can make like what's going on in his brain when he does that.
Awesome. That's one of my favorite classics. Great answer. Olivia, I think you had your hand up before.
Okay. Okay, this kind of goes along with my current obsession. I really like Nightwing from the Batman comics, like the DC universe. And I like him a lot because my favorite characters tend to be male characters to main characters, and I like him because he's everything that Batman isn't, right? Like Batman seems to be he's a good guy, but he's very on the verge of being bad. Whereas Nightwing can do everything Batman does, but it's so clear that he's a good guy. And I absolutely love that. So
Okay. Great answer. Good job. Anyone else? Haley and then Danny.
I feel like I feel like I'm gonna come back later and be like, oh, there was this even better one. But the best one I can think of right now is Kaladin Stormblessed, also from the Stormlight Archive. Um, he's just a very real and relatable character, and just he's one of those characters that I can feel like, oh, I can really connect with you because these, like, while I've never been sold as a slave or forced to carry bridges, I can still relate. And I think that's done really well.
Yeah, awesome. Great answer.
Is it me?
Yes.
Okay. I would say Leo Valdez from Heroes of Olympus, just because he's hilarious and he feels like a real person when you read it.
Awesome. You guys have a theme going on. You like the real characters, huh? That's awesome. Okay, S.
All right, I'm gonna have to say Spencer Nightshade from Skyward by Brandon Sanderson, because she's just such a compelling character and she's in such a wonderful book. She uses her ferocity and darkness as a mask, kind of like that's who she is on the inside, but she also just like uses it in the most strange circumstances, and everybody's so put off by her, but she just keeps doing her own thing.
Okay, good answer. Anyone else want to share? Yes, Eve.
Okay, so I have to agree with everyone who said a Brandon Sanderson character because he's just so amazing at making real characters and characters who feel like you could really talk to them and they have really interesting magic systems and things that they can do. I also really like Anne Shirley from Anne of Green Gables. It's not really fantasy, but she's my favorite book character because I just love her personality and I feel like I can relate to her. And I can also relate to like Spencer and Kaladin and Shalon too, just in different ways.
Awesome. Good. Very good. Yes, Ellie.
So there's probably so many that I'm just like forgetting right now, but the first one that came to mind was Hermione Granger, because she's smart, but she's like more than just like the smart girl. And it's also just because like that was one of my favorites when I was a kid, so it's just like it's still one of my favorites now.
Awesome. I am always a fan. Jonah.
I guess rounding out more of the Sanderson fans, one I would say is Steris Harms from the second era of Mistborn. Um, she's just a fantastic portrayal of coming to self-acceptance and opening oneself up to vulnerability and making real relationships. That's what I would say. However, I'm getting spam texted by my little brother telling me to admit that my favorite character is Thing 2 from Cat in the Hat. So I guess my hands are tied. So there's nothing I can do here.
What do you like about Thing 2? Make a case for Thing.
Luckily, I don't have to make a case. My brother, as he put it, he says he's often overshadowed but still stands out, shows his grit and perseverance, and reminds you of someone.
Wow, that's awesome. Well, tell your little brother thank you for keeping you honest. Did we miss anyone? I'm sorry. Anyone else? Jamie Lee. Jamie Lee.
I'm kind of glitched, but I would like to posit Austin from Backyardigans.
Okay.
Because he is the chill one in his little neighborhood of super energetic, crazy kids, but he doesn't let that set him apart. He still gets along and hangs out. He's just not as energetic as the rest of them, and they're still all really good friends.
I like that. That's a good answer. Those big group characters are fun to see how they play off of each other. Awesome. And then we had London.
One of my favorites is Luna Lovegood from Harry Potter, because she's just like a little crazy but super kind and honest, and like just love those characters who see the world a little differently. She's just funny.
Yeah, she is fun. Awesome. Those are great answers. Do all of you know that Brandon Sanderson's classes are all on YouTube? Like okay, everybody, you're all so smart. So he teaches about character development and stuff. It's really fun to listen to him talk. Okay, we're gonna have one more big question. If you could grow up to be one author, have one author's career, who would it be and why? Oh, May, did I forget May? May, do you want to tell us your favorite character?
London, you stole my character. How dare you? But it's okay. I picked a second one. Bryn from the Arusha series, I really liked because she's like the embodiment of girl boss, and I love that for her.
Good answer. Rachel, I loved your enthusiasm for each of these characters. I can see which ones you agree with. It's very fun. Okay, so if you could have the career of one author, who would it be and why? Let's go with Olivia. Did we lose Olivia? Oh, I think we did.
No, I think I'm still here.
Oh, there you are. I'm sorry, you moved.
I'm still alive? Okay. Sorry. I think I'm probably gonna choose one that everybody else is gonna choose. I probably read Jackson or Riordan because they're known for realistic, like lifelike characters, and that is exactly what I want to make people feel. As I want them to feel like the people they're reading about are real, you know. And oh my gosh, I just want to be known for the kind of thing.
Yeah, that's a great answer. I like that you're so tied to emotions and people's emotional reactions to things. That's awesome. Audrey.
Well, Brandon Sanderson, obviously, but also J.R.R. Tolkien, because what he wrote has just stayed just so good for so long, and people can go back and find new messages, and it's just a classic, and I'd like to be able to do that.
That's a great answer. Excellent. Danny.
Marissa Meyer, just because, I mean, no matter how many times I reread her books, which is a lot of times, they never get old. And it's like, yeah, she makes really real characters too.
Awesome. Great answer. Ellie.
Probably Cassandra Clare because I really love her fantasy like stories, and I really love the characters. Like they're all really likable, and they make you yeah, that you just really like the I personally really like the characters. So
Awesome. Great answer. Sorry, we have Haley, what's your last name?
Miller.
Okay, so you're in. She said there were
Yes.
people trying to get in, but you're in. All right, we'll see if the other one can get added. All right. Where were we? Did we do we did Danny. That was I'm sorry, you guys moved around. Okay, Ellie.
I just went.
Okay, sorry. Who's that? Emma.
I would probably say Jennifer Nielsen because she's one of the authors that inspired me to write, and I think as an author, that's like one thing I'd like to do is inspire someone else to start writing.
That's a great answer. She's an awesome person. Very good. Eve.
I also have to say Brandon Sanderson because I love how he's so talented at doing different kinds of stories and having different types of writing styles, but doing them all so perfectly. And he has such a huge fan base now. And I mean,
I've been
he really
writing-
inspired me to write too. So
Danny Miller.
I want to be able to do that.
Awesome. Thank you. Good answer. Oh, I'm sorry. Who did we leave off? Okay, S.
I would also have to say Brandon Sanderson because he is a prolific author, and I mean prolific. He's famous among authors, he teaches classes, he creates dark worlds and dark characters, but he's probably super soft and he stays connected with his fans.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a good guy. I have secrets I can tell you someday, but not on the internet where all things are recorded. So find me at Teen Author Bootcamp. But I took a class from him in college and he's amazing. He's one of my favorite people. Like I don't know him well, but I feel like he's a good role model if you want an author role model. Okay, Jamie Lee.
Okay, this is a hard one, but I'm going to say either Holly Black because there's so much world building and all of her characters, they get in each other's way because they're all doing different things and it's so nice. Or Mary Pope Osborne because Mary Pope Osborne.
Good answer. Okay, Jonah.
I'm also going to have to go with Tolkien. I love digging really deep into these worlds. And I love language. I'm fascinated by language. I also really love what he did as like a professor and teacher, and all these languages that he taught. And I mean, also, come on, like, who wouldn't want to be able to pull off Tweed that well? Like, I would love to.
Plus, he was BFFs with C.S. Lewis and who else? Like they had a whole writing gang.
I don't remember who were the other members of the Inklings, but that whole writing group there was fantastic.
Yeah, that's what we all need to aspire toward is tweed, wearing tweed well and having a good writing group. Kendra.
I would say Suzanne Collins because The Hunger Games is what really kind of got me into writing, and I've just loved that story ever since. And I think dystopian is a really good genre to spark ideas in people. Um, or Jennifer Jenkins, just because she's so sweet. I love her. And her writing's amazing. And she's a powerhouse. She's just awesome.
Yeah, I agree. We joke about how she's not just a writer, she's building a genpire. So she's pretty awesome. And as a side note, I said, I wish I had a name that worked with the word empire. And she's like, your name is literally M. So it was just kind of funny. So yes, I am a Jen Jenkins fan as well. Okay, London.
I'd probably have to say Marissa Myers too. Because I like her genre, how it's like fantasy adventure, but then it also has like those side romances, and you can read it again and again and again.
Awesome. Good answer. May.
I'd probably have to go with, I think, Rick Riordan, just because the impact that everything he's written has had on like an entire generation is amazing.
No. Yeah, good answer. Rachel.
Okay, Brandon Sanderson again. And then also R.F. Quang, I don't know if I'm saying that right. But I think she's really awesome because I love the way she writes and I love how she can explore so many different themes, but they all seem so powerful and so genuine.
Awesome. Awesome. You guys are so smart. Did I miss anyone on that question? Haley? Sorry, go ahead.
You guys are all making really good points. But I think Jessica Day George. I just really like the way she writes. It's got good characters and good plot and world building, but it's very light as a category. And I think I had another reason, but I forgot it. So
okay, those are all really good answers. Okay, so just a quick question with no explanation. You can take one book with you to a deserted island. Just one. And you don't know how long you're going to be there. It could be years. You can take one book. What would it be? Let's go with S.
How to Build a Raft with Pictures.
Is that a real book? you need to write that so somebody can take it with them. Rachel.
I don't know if I want to leave the desert island, so Dune, because I feel like I could read it a bunch and I'd still not understand it.
I agree with you on that one. May.
Probably one of the anthologies, because there's like a bunch of different stories, so it's not all the same thing over and over again.
Great answer. I didn't even pay you to say that. Great answer. London.
Maybe Scarlet by Marissa Myers.
That's a good one. Always a good one. London. Oh, that was you. Sorry. Kendra. I just really like saying your name, apparently, London. I am sorry.
If you haven't figured it out already, The Hunger Games. I've read that book probably 5 times already, and it never gets old. I enjoy it every single time.
Good. That's awesome. There's a lot you can learn from reading it over and over. Jonah.
This also probably doesn't come as a surprise, but one of the new ways that they're printing Lord of the Rings just as a single volume, I would absolutely bring that.
Okay, good answer. Jamie Lee.
Following Jonah's idea and an anthology of either Mary Pope Osborne or Holly Black, just shoved into one giant book. Or the collected works of William Shakespeare. That would keep me busy for a long time.
Yeah, you'd have to spend weeks understanding each one, huh? Okay, Haley, Hannah, do you want to answer this one?
I'm so glad I didn't have to answer any of the other ones because they were way too hard. But I thought of Lord of the Rings because I had that big. It's like this big. But since you already said that, I haven't thought of anything. I just read. It's usually the book I just read like a week ago. I just read One Dark Window, so I picked that one.
Okay.
That was good.
Is it scary?
No. It is a little, but
okay. Haley, did you go?
This is so hard. Um, I keep going between a whole bunch of different books, but like ones I like the most or the longest book I can think of. But I think I'd probably have to go with a blank notebook. That would keep me busy the longest.
Okay, excellent. Eve.
If I could somehow get my hands on a big, giant copy of all the Stormlight Archive in one volume, I would bring that because it would be very, very, very long and it would keep me entertained.
Okay. Emma.
I'd probably bring Skyward by Brandon Sanderson just because it's such an
How many of you like Skyward? A lot of you. Good. Ellie.
It's pretty short, so it wouldn't, last me very long, but probably The Outsiders.
Oh, that's a good one. Excellent. Danny.
Probably either Cinder or Blood of Olympus.
Okay. Audrey.
I'm going to have to second Lord of the Rings because I could just read that so many times. But if you tack on the Silmarillion, that's even more time. So if I find both of those, that would be great.
I think Audrey and Jonah should be in a writing group together. I just decided that. You're welcome. Olivia.
I don't know. It'd probably have to be Percy Jackson. I really love that. It's a classic for me. It's one that I
Awesome. You guys are so smart. I love it. It's so fun to see your faces. So just as a reminder, how many of you are coming to Teen Author Boot Camp? Okay, about half of you. How many of you are coming to the gala? About half of you. Okay, so if you're at those places, at the gala is 6 o'clock, right? Or the anthology release party is at 6 o'clock right before the gala. So the gala's in the library or the ballroom, and we're right across the hall from that. So it'll be fun. Come if you can. If you do come to that, you'll get your book, your payment, your a little bag of treats. So we'll see you there if you're coming to that. If you're not coming to that, we will see you at the conference and we will give you your stuff then. If you're not coming to either of those things, make sure Haley has your address. I know a lot of you are out of state. Make sure Haley has your address and we will get that sent to you. But hopefully it's been a fun experience for you to be
Did you mean Hannah?
No, Haley is, sorry, not you, Haley. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I forgot to clarify. Haley is the assistant who has been kind of emailing you about your bio and information and stuff. So we have another lovely Haley in our lives too. So I think she's been in contact with most of you, but if she doesn't have your mailing address, make sure that you send that so we can get you your stuff. And I hope it's been a good experience. I think it's a beautiful book. I think Christopher Paolini's forward, like it's worth the cost of the book just for that, because he gives some really great advice. And anyone have any last words about the anthology or writing or how awesome this group is?
Thank you so
Life
much.
Before
It's been
Death.
such a joy.
Thanks, Jonah.
Let's go TABC.
Hey, you guys are an
Whoever said life before death, I approve.
Also, Journey Before Destination and Strength Before Weakness.
You should all be in the same writing group. You all have the same little interests. All right. Anyone else? All right. Oh, we're gonna say something.
Sorry. I'm just gonna use a quote because I was Cogsworth in Beauty and the Beast. If it's not broke, don't fix it.
There's a mic drop right there. Thank you all so much for being here tonight. It's so fun to see you and to have worked with you, and you all did an amazing job. We're excited for you to see the book.
Thank you.
Yep. Thank you guys. Have a great night.
Thank you so much.
Bye.